My fellow Illuminaries, we have a lot to think about today because Mizkif and Tectone have been going at each other like the Hatfield and the McCoys, so like cats and dogs, for the better part of years now, and it has been very interesting to me to see Mizkif put the name on what I call the state that streamers enter into, that they have to enter into when they are in camera. And it kind of manifests differently for each person depending on their emotional mental state at that point in time. And that state is demon time. That's what that's what Mizkif said he's on, right? Demons don't build, guys. They destroy. Mizkif, I'm gonna cut some bail because I am a super biased Tectone fan. I am a man who has watched the Eggman streams over and over again while I'm doing the various things on my computer, working out, and things of that nature. What he has on his docket is not to be played with. I made a video about it. It very much in a very serious tone. I'm gonna be more jokingly here because it's like, listen, guys, it's his life. He can ruin it if he wants to. Who cares? But we gotta watch how this man moves just so we don't make the same mistakes in our own lives. That's what I think. You do what you want. I go to Mizkif now because he also has some very interesting allegations on his docket, and you know it's actually a little worse because we actually know the other person involved a little more because they're more famous than the one Tectone is involved with. So it's worse only because of the magnitude of the person he's involved with. And that's why I always say it's a little bit fugazi. It gets a little bit murky, I should say, when you start dating people of who are higher level than you as a man, especially a very insecure man. And you have to know that about yourself. You have to know that you're an insecure guy. If your woman makes more money than you have to know that bothers you. If she gets more fans than you have to know that bothers you, because if it does, and you left to live in that shadow for an extended period of time, you will turn into a Mizkif. You will turn into this guy who embodies demon time. That is the difference between Tectone situation and Mizkif. Mizkif felt like he was being overshadowed. Tectone felt like someone was trying to bring him down. It's very interesting, isn't it? But like I said, there's real victims for both sides, including themselves. It can't be good for your mental state to be in these constant court cases, in these constant beefs. Even Kendrick and Drake stopped beefing with each other. And I literally heard this man say in a whole song he's the biggest hater. You have to stop beefing with people at some point. Even if y'all will never be cool with each other. Like ever. Y'all should just stop. Because what's the point? Because any unbiased observer, which I am not, I admit, I wish I was, would say, it's not really helping either of you guys. You know? Tecto did a lot of stuff to, kind of kick Mizkif while he was down, before he went on his break, and Mizkif is doing the thing that Tecto was doing. He just kicking all the while he was down. You know? They're they nothing is worse. People are like, oh, you have haters, you're doing a good thing. There's a big difference between a hater and an enemy. An enemy wants to see you drown. A hater will laugh while you drown. You understand that, right? A hater won't do anything indirect to you. They will comment. They will observe. They will say words to you. An enemy will try to destroy you. These guys are becoming fast enemies. First it was hate. Now we're trying to destroy people's careers. We're spending time and energy to destroy each other in this eternal game for the entertainment of the masses. For the same people who just go back and forth between who seems cooler at the time. Come on. I kind of want to see it like progress. I think these guys could turn into some like valuable members of society, man. You know, and maybe they already are to a lot of people. They already are. I should say that. We gotta acknowledge the good. Mizkif has done a lot of good for that whole streaming community and that whole streaming space. That's where his feelings of betrayal has come from. No, Tectone has done a lot for other people. That's where his feelings of betrayal come from. But I gotta really let you guys know, if you're the type to do a lot for somebody, you have to know that if they don't reciprocate that, that isn't a betrayal. Okay? People have standards. People will say, if this happens, I'm gonna cut this guy loose. And you may call that standard fickle, but they call it smart. They call it right. You can't decide what other people say. I don't want to deal with this guy anymore. That's not your spot to say. What your spot to say is, well, we were cool and we weren't cool, and that's where this is coming from. He's using the position of us being cool before to kick on me even harder. He's using things that he knows about me to twist the knife even harder. We all have gone through this in life. People will use stuff that they know about you to make you hurt and then pretend like nothing has happened. I've gone through this many times with people because I have this tendency to forgive people. But I won't forget. I hope these two gentlemen, if you want to use that term, will find it in their hearts, to not only forgive each other, but themselves for the mess they put themselves in. And I hope they find peace. And to the victims, I hope you already moved on. I hope you already have exactly what you got out of this situation. Because it look like these two will fight while you while you chill. So take a rest. You can enjoy the show.